Eptakomi, or Eptakomi as it is commonly called, is a picturesque mountain village within the Carpathian Peninsula. It stands out for its distinctive position, which combines several benefits, such as a beautiful mountain and landscape, a rich and productive land, and over the mountain we also find the deep blue sea. The name of the village represents the amalgamation of 7 prehistoric smaller communities which were located on the slopes of the mountain range in close proximity to the seashore. In order to avoid the raids of the Saracens, who continually ransacked the coastline of Cyprus and the neighboring villages, the survivors of these communities, seeking a more secure and defendable location that would make them undetected from the sea, eventually merged and formed a single community on the southern side of the mountain. They called it Eptakomi, which means community of 7, a name which appropriately represents the amalgamation of the original 7 communities. Driving towards the village, you have an imposing view of the easternmost edge of the Pentadactylos mountain range, which is adorned by 4 uniquely formed peaks. Campana or bell on the left, followed by Kafkarou, Trialitharka, 3 stones, and Drakontas, dragon, which according to folk tradition, there lived a dragon who did not allow the water to run to the village unless he was given a young child to eat every Saturday. As you get closer to the village, this pleasant view is distracted with the first signs of the 1974 catastrophic Turkish invasion and subsequent occupation. Eptakomi's Christian cemetery pillaged and desecrated. The main church of the village, dedicated to Apostolos Lukas, Apostle Luke, which can be seen as you enter the village, was consecrated in 1950. It was built to replace a 13th century church, which was adorned with paintings etched on the walls. Unfortunately, the medieval church was demolished to accommodate the larger and modern structure. The only ecclesiastical items which were preserved from the medieval church were a 16th century iconostasis and icons which were transferred in the nearby 19th century church of Aios Georgios, as well as one large fragment of a wall with a painting depicting a saint which was put on display in the new church. When Turkey broke the ceasefire on August 14, 1974 and launched a second full-scale military invasion on Cyprus, Eptakomi was among the first villages in the Carpathian Peninsula to be captured. Upon their arrival in the village on August 15th, the Turkish soldiers engaged themselves in a series of outrageous acts against the Greek Cypriot people of Eptakomi, as related by those who lived through it.
Το όνομα μου είναι Κωνσταντής. Μα έχω και παραγκόμι. Εγκασανή που με λαλούν από την Επτακόμη. Μόλις ήρθαν οι Τούρκοι, ειδοποιήσαμε να κατούμε κάτω στην εκκλησία, στην πλατεία Τζαμπόξ από την εκκλησία, για να μας συγκεντρωθούμε για να μας πάρουν στη Γαλάτια. Επίαμε τζαχαμε, φωνάξαν του που είχε το λεωφορείο του Σάιλου από την Επτακομή. Έφερε το λεωφορείο τζαχαμε, βάλαν μας μέσα και πήραμε στη Γαλάτια, περίπου 6 ώρα, νύχτα. Συγκεντρώσαμε τζαχαμε στην πλατεία της Γαλάτιας, ούλους, βάλαμε γραμμή και φωνάζαν έναν το όνομα τους και πιάννα τους. Ορισμένους δεν μας επειράξαν και είχαμε και να κον. Όσοι δεν είχαν κακά προηγούμενα με τους χορκανούς τους Τουρκούς, δεν τους επειράξαν καθόλου.
Πες μου, είναι αλήθεια ότι έγιναν βιασμοί στην Επτάκομη από Τουρκούς?
Έτσι λέω πως έγιναν, ναι. Έγιναν. Όχι έτσι λέγουν. Ορισμένοι οι ίδιες οι κοπελούες έρχονταν και λέγουν μου το μέναν.
Έχω ακούσει για κάποια ιστορία για κάποιον που τον χτυπούσαν με το όπλο μέχρι που έσπασε το όπλο. Ποιος ήταν αυτός, οι Τούρκοι?
Μα είναι και ο τρεις που δέραν έτσι πολλά δέρα και τον Κυριάκον τον αγροφύλακα του Πιέρου του Κάτσαου και δέρα και τον Γιορκίν τον βήρανε τόσο πολλά. Σπάσαν τα όπλα πάνω του και βάλαν του και πιερώσαν τα κελάς.
Γιατί τους χτυπήσαν αυτούς?
Δεν ξέρω, είχαν προηγούμενα. Θέλαν να τους εκδικηθούν.
Πώς ήταν οι ζωές με τους κουβάλιτους από την Τουρκία? Έχω πληροφορηθεί ότι σας έκλεβαν, ότι έρχονταν αργά, σας χτυπούσαν τις πόρτες.
Έκλεβαν, αλλά είχαν ορισμένους που ήταν και πολλά καλοί. Διότι εγώ είχα παράπονο, πιο πολύ παράπονο είναι από τους Τούρκους του χορκανούς μου, παρά από τους Τούρκους της Τουρκίας. Και είναι φταίαν τίποτες. Εφέραν τους. Ενώ οι ίδιοι οι χορκανοί μας ήταν οι βαρβαρικοί ζηλίκοι που ακούεις, είναι οι χορκανοί μας οι Επτακομίτες. Οι Τούρκοι της Επτακόμης.
From various large groups of men arrested between August 15th and August 22nd, ages 14 and over, 14 of them thereafter went missing and are believed to have been murdered. Λέγεται ότι ο Κόνης, ο οποίος ήταν υπεύθυνος του συνεργατικού, ότι έχει σκοτωθεί. Επίσης και ο Μουχτάρης της Επτακόμης. Ναι. Είναι αλήθεια?
Μα όπως μαθαίνουμε, σκοτώσαν τους. Αμέν από την ίδια ώρα, αλλά την επόμενη. Έτσι μάθαμε τελικά. Διότι ο γιος του Λούκα επιέρωσε έναν άνθρωπο δικών τους Τούρκων και ήρθε και εξέτασε και εξακρίβωσε ότι υπό τα βασανιστήρια που του κάνουν από τις ερωτήσεις υπό τα βασανιστήρια πρόσθετον η καρδιά του ένανταξε και πέθανε στα βασανιστήρια.
In recent years, the remains of 7 executed men from Eptakomi were found in mass graves in the vicinity of Galatia, a purely Turkish Cypriot inhabited village near Eptakomi and Komi Kepir. DNA testing has revealed that the remains belong to Kyriakos Pierou, Δημήτρης Χαραλάμπους Κούτρα, Γιώργος Κασούρη, Γιάννης Γερολέμου, Λεοντής Χριστοφή, Χαράλαμπος Μιχαήλ Σωτηρίου και Αδάμος Σεργίου. In late 1976, the main church of Eptakomi dedicated to Apostolos Lukas was turned into a mosque after all of its ecclesiastical decor was destroyed and removed. The iconostasis, which was new and had no monetary value, was broken down and placed along the corridors on the second level of the church. The only ecclesiastical item of monetary value which was looted was the floor-displayed wall fragment with a painting from the original 13th century church. Another priceless item, which used to be housed inside the church, was the priceless 11th century Eptakomi Four Gospels manuscript, which 3 courageous Greek villagers removed during the first phase of the Turkish invasion and kept it well hidden for 2.5 years while in captivity. Despite the ongoing beatings and interrogations of several Greek inhabitants who were suspected of having knowledge of the whereabouts of the gospel, all Greek villagers stuck to the same story, that it left Eptakomi with the priest during the first phase of the invasion.
Ταλαιπωρήθηκε το Ευαγγέλιο και ορισμένοι που, διότι εμείς είμαστε εχμάλωτοι και εκείνοι που μείναν πούν τους έπιαν εχμαλώτους, προσπαθήσαν να το φυλάξουν. Κάποιος χορκανό μας, κάποιος δάσκαλος, Κυριακούλης, που ήταν ποδά στην ελεύθερες περιοχές, έστειλε μήνυμα μέσω των Ηνωμένων Εθνών να προσέξουν το Ευαγγέλιο, μήπως και χαθεί και πιάουν τους το. Πριν αυτό το μήνυμα, οι Τούρκοι δεν είχαν καθόλου ιδέα μας το Ευαγγέλιο. Ούτε φοβούμαστε τίποτε καθόλου εμείς. Μετά το μήνυμα τούτο ποιον, ξεκινήσαν και ηρεύκαν το. Ήρθε μια ημέρα ο Μουχτάρης στους Τούρκους, είμαστε και μιας ηλικίας και Φίλιππο μικρή, διότι ενοχήκαμε μαζί. Και δηλαδή μου ρε Κωνσταντή, έλα σου πω, τράβησε με πίσω από τους άλλους, μου λέει το Ευαγγέλιο, τσίνο λαλί μου, έχετε το? Λα του ναι, έχουμε το. Λαλί πού είναι? Λαλί μες στην εκκλησιά. Λα του να πάμε να σ' ανοίξω να το πιάσεις. Όμως λαλό του εγώ σύμφωνα της στράτας μας, όπως λαλούν η θρησκεία μας εμάς, λαλό του, δεν μπορώ να ζήσω πας στο Ευαγγέλιο. Είναι ιερά πράγματα που δεν δικαιούμαι εγώ. Δεν είμαι ιερωμένος. Λέει πιάνω το εγώ. Αλλά ποιον πού είναι? Μες στην Αγία Τράπεζα. Μα όχι τσίνο ρε, τσινωνία το λέει, ξέρω το. Το άλλο το παλιό. Εσούνασε καλά και μάλι λαλό του. Το Ευαγγέλιο τσίνον έφυγε το παπάς από το πολύ ώρα, από την πρώτη ώρα που φύγε. Έφυγε τώρα του. Ενώ και εγώ και με εμπιστοσύνη. Είπαμε είμαστε οι γνώριμοι και φίλοι παλιοί. Και είσαι μου εμπιστοσύνη και σταματήσα πιο να το ηρεύω όσο τσίπουν του εγώ.
By 2008, the Church of Apostolos Lukas stopped functioning as a mosque and was left to decay. A new mosque was built across the street. Presently, the church is in a state of disrepair and filled with garbage. The walls are crumbling and it's in dire need of restoration. The nearby 19th century church of Agios Georgios has been severely damaged and plundered. The 16th century iconostasis and icons which were housed here have been looted and the church has been turned into a stable and a barn. Entering the church is shocking. On one hand, you get a glimpse of the original decor of the dome, which is adorned with beautiful old plates, centuries-old custom of Eptakomi, and on the other, you are sickened by the stench produced by the animals which are housed in here. Behind the altar, they maintain a chicken coop. The step of the church is used to slaughter, shave, and also skin animals. Several old churches also exist within the vicinity of Eptakomi, all of which have been desecrated or completely destroyed. Among those destroyed was the church of Agios Epiphanios. Some of the ruins of this ancient church that existed in this location have been destroyed and tarmacked over by a new road. This is the church of Archangelos Michail, Archangel Michael, hidden in the deep forest behind Eptakomi's mountain peak Drakondas. in an area known as Melionas. It has been plundered of its precious contents and severely damaged. The structure is crumbling and the interior is filled with graffiti. According to the local tradition, St. Avxentios contributed to the establishment of this church when he came to preach Christianity in the 12th century to the surrounding communities and before he settled in one of the nearby Yudi caves to live his ascetic life. Eptakomi was a purely Greek village. However, following the Ottoman takeover of Cyprus in 1571, it became a mixed village with the importation of colonists from Anatolia who, upon their arrival, took over the homes and lands of the Greek Cypriots, forcing them to resettle further east, closer to the rocky areas of the village. The distinctive, relaxed, and humble nature of the Greek Cypriot people of Eptakomi contributed to establishing what seemed to be a peaceful and lasting coexistence between the two communities. In 1974, there were 971 Greek Cypriots and 238 Turkish Cypriots living in Eptakomi. During the second Turkish invasion of August 14, 1974, some 438 of the Greek Cypriot inhabitants of Eptakomi decided to stay because they did not feel threatened by their Turkish Cypriot compatriots. Unfortunately, they were proven wrong, and eventually they were all forced out by the Turkish troops, the colonists, as well as by their own Turkish Cypriot compatriots who kept harassing and mistreating them on an ongoing basis in the most vicious way.
Πριν την εισβολή, ζούσατε ειρηνικά με τους Τουρκοκύπριους του χωριού?
Ζούσαμε ειρηνικά και στη δουλειά μας και εκείνοι και εμείς βοηθούσαμε τους οτιδήποτε που μπορούσαμε να τους κάνουμε. Εμείς είχαμε τα τράκτα, είχαμε τις περιουσίες, έρχονταν και εκείνοι, είχαν τις οικογένειες τους, Τουρκούες και δουλεύκαν στις δουλειές μας. Ήταν ευχαριστημένοι, δηλώναν πως ήταν ευχαριστημένοι. Αλλά όμως μετά την εισβολή και ύστερα έδειξαν το πρόσωπο τους, τις προθέσεις τους που είχαν.
Και ποιες ήταν αυτές οι προθέσεις?
Θέλαν να καταλάβουν τις περιουσίες μας και τις κοπέλες του χωρκού, τις όμορφες τις κοπέλες, θέλαν να τις...
In August of 1976, a colonist murdered in cold blood Haralambos Agapiou, a disabled World War II veteran, to steal his money. Following this tragic development, fearing for their lives, the last of the remaining Greek Cypriot inhabitants of Eptakomi, numbering approximately 150, decided to also leave their village. They left heartbroken, leaving behind their beloved village, their homes, lands, and all of their valuable possessions, except for one: the priceless 11th century Four Gospels manuscript of evangelists Mark, Luke, Matthew, and John, commonly known as the Gospel of Eptakomi, which was well hidden in the home of Nicholas and Florentia Giannouli. When the two left the village in mid-1976, they risked their lives again when the Gospel was found in their few belongings during a routine search by the Turkish troops. Very cleverly, Nicholas Giannouli claimed it was an old and worthless book of sentimental value to his wife. The story was accepted, and the Gospel was brought to the free areas of Cyprus. The Four Gospels manuscript of Eptakomi, which is handwritten on animal skin, is considered one of the most illuminated Byzantine manuscripts found on the island of Cyprus. However, during its centuries-long turbulent history, it has suffered a lot of damage. Its initial binding has been destroyed. Over the centuries, parts of the Gospels of evangelists Matthew and John went missing. The depictions of the two evangelists are also missing. In 2007, the manuscript was taken to the laboratories of the Gyikos Monastery in Nicosia for restoration and conservation. The project, which lasted for 1 year, was funded by the Apostolos Lukas Association of Eptakomi of Great Britain. Since 2008, the Four Gospels manuscript of Eptakomi has been on display at the Gyikos Monastery Museum in the Rhodos Mountains. This has been the story of Eptakomi, a village under Turkish occupation in the Karpats Peninsula with a long and impressive history dating back to prehistoric times.
This, mine.
Sizin.
Where is your house? How do you feel?
I feel dead.
You feel
Θέλω να
dead.
πεθάνω.
I can't find right words to describe it. It's inhuman. We wouldn't do this to their mosques, so why do they do it to our churches? You answer me that question.